into aviation, because in a major breakthrough, the DGCA has offered some relief to airlines. They've rolled back the rule that stops them from using leave in place of weekly rest for the crew. Charu is joining us with the latest details. We have my colleague Charu joining us from the Delhi airport, and we have Jude at the Chennai airport. But Charu, we'll begin with you. What is the ground situation? Has there been any improvement in flight schedules after this rule has just been rolled out?
So currently what we have come to know is that the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, the Civil Aviation Watchdog, has come out with a massive relief for Indigo. Firstly, they have exempted the airline temporarily and given a one-time exemption from the nighttime rules of the flight duty norms that have just come in. That means they are going to be able to operate more flights during the night time. Apart from this, more relief has come in terms of the working hours that the pilots will be available for. This means that the number of hours that the pilots will be able to give their services to the airline have increased, because their weekly days off or their leaves hours are also going to be included in their rest hours. While DGCA relief has come to give more of a relief to the consumers and the passengers, we are still waiting for, understanding how much of a relief and stability comes in the operations of the airline after these norms, because most of the problems or troubles that Indigo had highlighted earlier should be resolved because of these reliefs and relaxation. The pilot body had also raised objections, saying that this is a very discriminatory sort of stance being given to just one airline. However, DGCA has also appealed to the pilots body, saying that this is being done for the betterment of the conditions that the passengers are facing. We'll keep you updated with any information that we get regarding the stability that is induced into the system because of the DGCA relief.
Okay, Charu, thanks so much for taking us through that. So yes, that is the latest coming in on everything that's been happening with Indigo and the latest rollout from DGCA. But Jude, what is the sentiment like at the Chennai airport? Any improvement since we last spoke to you earlier in the day?
Well, the DGCA circular certainly brings some semblance of relief to most flyers flying out of major airports in South India, including Chennai. But the fact is, on the ground, serpentine queues of Indigo flyers have continued to make their presence felt, even as a number of these flyers have had their itineraries thrown awry by way of the multiple cancellations. And sure, while that circular, on the flight duty time limitations revision will certainly look to improve the scenario on the ground, the fact is we are given to understand there might be some time before the situation turns normal on the ground and these flyers are able to head back to their respective destinations. Now, very quickly, let's tell you what the scene is like as far as schedules here at the Chennai airport are concerned. First up, the Airports Authority of India's Chennai airport released communications saying that all Indigo flights, Hyderabad, Bengaluru, New Delhi and Kolkata have all been cancelled, and this applies to flights up until 6 p.m. today. Further, it has also added that Indigo has requested the airport to ensure that all passengers who booked tickets on those flights continue to be held in the departure area, simply because a lot of them were in security and check-in counters at the time that this communication actually came through. So what we've essentially seen since the early hours of the morning is a situation wherein communication with regard to cancellations wasn't quite sent as quickly as passengers would have liked, which means that a lot of them turned up to the airports seeing that their flights were either on schedule or perhaps only a slightly bit delayed. So till 6 p.m, all Indigo flights cancelled from Chennai. Passengers remain in the departure terminal, even as scores of passengers continue to wait for some semblance of hope, even as the DGCA circular is upon us. That's pretty much it from here.
Thank you so much for that, Jude. For getting us that ground report from Chennai. From Delhi was Charu, and well, no respite is what it seems like, at least at this point.
Right now, this update has just come. Let's see how this kicks in, how airports and Indigo particularly adopts it. What is the timeline? So yeah,
will be interesting to see. And the Indigo chart also reflecting that. The stock went right up, came back off. We're seeing a bit of a cool off again, 1.2% lower now. Indigo on that intraday chart from the high. But viewers, we'll take a very short break. Rajesh, please stay with us. Sudeep, you too. On the the other side of this break, we'll continue conversation with Aditya.